We primarily provide classes for people who are interested in this topic of philosophy. What we teach in the early stages are that the meaning of philosophy is love of wisdom. And the purpose of the wisdom is really self-discovery, self-knowledge. And that's our primary aim, to provide the tools for people to work with to approach that topic of self-discovery. So the school in London was the original foundation for it. That started up in the early 1930s. Really, it was by organic growth that it spread around the globe. So the first school outside of London was in Wellington, and that started up in 1956. So 4 years later, one of the senior students in the school in Wellington transferred to Auckland for business purposes, and he started up the school in Auckland in 1960. So from 1960 through to now, we've been offering public lectures in philosophy, term after term, year after year. So during that course of time, we've had thousands of students go through the introductory course, as we call it, or the part one. So in the introductory course, the subtitle to that is The Wisdom Within. So we explore the possibility that wisdom is open to everyone, that to some extent it is innate in each and every one of us. So it's not a matter of creating a new wise person, but to tapping into the ability, the capacity that each and every one of us has to exercise wisdom.
And you get to ask all sorts of questions because it's really a safe environment. Yeah, you can ask anything. And just the freedom to ask questions that you wouldn't in the office is quite refreshing. And I quite like that because I'm a curious mind.
So some of the practices are directly related to accessing that inner capacity. The definition of philosophy comes from philos, loving, and sophos, wise. So it's love of wisdom. And that's really the direction that's followed in the early courses. How to tap into that, how to become more wise, how to live wisely. And the outcomes from that are greater access to peace and happiness within. It's quite a growth.
I think it's more about not reacting. So I'm less reactional. And I actually give myself some space to think about, how I'm responding to people, the words I'm saying, and because I better understand myself, I can better understand the person and connect with them.
I think the real value is in the practices that we, invite the students to put into effect, which do have a transformative effect in the lives of the students. The first practice that we embark on is what probably is more commonly known these days as a mindfulness practice. It's following a sort of a body scan which really brings one into the present moment. And students are asked to practice that on a regular basis and, get it into a habit, a useful habit, to assist them to be in the present moment more and more frequently. And in doing so, take control of the mind, take control of the capacity to attend to what they want to attend to for as long as they need to attend to it. And it can transform people's lives, gives them a lot more freedom from the agitation in the mind, the areas of concern and involvement with past events and all that sort of useless activity that goes on and fills the mind at times. So they find a way to step free of that, and with some practice they can do so quite readily.
So it's really, being about yourself and being genuine, and when you are, that connects with others. So the exercises have helped me with that, and I think I'm much friendlier.
We get from all ages, all backgrounds, and cultures and ethnicities and so on. There's no one size fits all for the love of wisdom. It's just where people are at in their particular life journey at the time and They're asking the question, what's the purpose of my life? What am I on this planet for? Who am I? What am I? And prepared to make some effort to pursue those questions. So it's wide open. There's no pre-qualification for it. You can walk in the door and start.
For some reason, a lot of people say, Tony, you do so much, but it's opened me up to love service, to just love people and love just, I want to use philosophy language, but it's like, I see more of myself in others. Yeah. And, yeah.